Welcome to Genuine Desk. Today, we are going to discuss a poem written by Robert Frost, and the name of the poem is The Road Not Taken. So, Robert Frost is an American poet, and he is well known for his simple style. At the same time, he beautifully expresses the philosophy of life. So, each poem describes the philosophy of life in a simple way. This well-known poem reveals the importance of taking right decision in life at the right time through the imagery of a diverged road. Diverged road means forked road. The poet makes the inference from his own life. By taking his own life example, he instructs the reader about the importance of taking a right decision. A right decision taken at a right time leads to success, and a wrong decision leads to regret. So, we are going to see that a traveler is moving through a road and he come across a diverged road, forked road, and he got confused which road he should take. And the two roads here symbolizes the choices that people make in their life. So let us read the poem. So let us read the lines like this. Two roads diverged in Yellowwood. The traveler was moving through a single road. But when a particular point came in front of him, he could see two roads. That single road is forked into, diverged into, divided into two roads. And Yellowwood, why the poet refers to Yellowwood? Forest is normally green. Then why does the poet refers to Yellowwood? See, the Yellowwood refers to the autumn season. You know what is autumn season? During the autumn season, the trees shed their leaves. And before the trees shed their leaves, the green leaves change its color to yellow. So, on the tree, the leaves are yellow, and on the ground, the trees are yellow. So, he was altogether surrounded by an yellow shade because he was traveling in the autumn season. That's why Yellowwood. So, two roads diverged in a Yellowwood. And sorry, the poet feels sorry, otherwise confused, because I could not travel both and be one traveler. Since the poet is a single traveler there, being a human being, he is having a limitation. He cannot travel both roads. At a time, one person can walk through single road. So the poet is in a dilemma. Which road he should take? So, and be one traveler, long I stood. The long I stood here refers to the confusion. See, whenever we come across two options and you are unable to make a right decision or a clear decision, otherwise you are unable to find out the relative advantage of one option, otherwise you feel both are good or both are bad. In these situations, you find difficulty to make a choice. Difficulty to make a choice means you spend long time to take a decision. That's why you see the poet, long I stood. Poet stood there for long time and looked down one as far as I could. So two roads are there. By standing in the diverging point, by standing on the diverging point, the poet looked down each road. Why he is looking? He is very curious about the end of this road. He is very curious about the future of this road. But the limitation is that the poet can see only a small distance. Beyond that, what happened, the poet is unable to identify. That's why he looked down one road as far as he could. How long he can see, to that extent he made a very close observation to make a study of both roads, to where it bend in the undergrowth. To where it bend in the undergrowth means there is a limit to what extent the poet can see. Beyond that, it becomes invisible. So the poet could see a large extent, but after that, the road is turning and twisting into the forest, and the both sides of the road is covered by grass and bushes. So it is unclear after that what goes. That's why undergrowth here refers to. So the poet looked into the road as far as he could, but the undergrowths at the far extent blocked his sight, otherwise hid the road from the sight of the poet. Then took the other just as fair. So the poet is making the analysis of the second road. The first one he made an analysis. It was comparatively a clearer road, and now he is taking the second one. Took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim. When he looked at the second road, the poet felt that the second road is having greater claim. The second road is having the greater possibility to reach the goal, otherwise the destination that the poet foresee. Why? Because it was grassy and watered where. What reason does the poet cite for a better claim for the second road? It was grassy and wandered where. Grassy means grasses were there, and wandered where means, you see, if you walk through a particular lane every day, gradually that particular lane will become cleared of grass and bushes. You can see that line, that path, footpath from long distance, because on the way where you are walking, grass will not grow. At the same time, when you are walking over the bushes and grass, you see, when you step on grass and bush, it gradually turns its color to a dark green. Means you destroyed the plant by stepping on it. So that is what he here refers to. This road is full of grass and it need to be weared. Otherwise, it need to be trodden black. By stepping means it is less traveled road. Grasses and bushes are growing energetically in this particular road. That's why he feels this is a less traveled road. Therefore, he is having a better claim to reach his target. Though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. So these two lines you need to separate from the main poem. So these two lines and the next two lines, this is really referring to the present time. So if you want to understand that, you must understand the background of this particular. Robert Frost became a famous poet after his middle ages. Before that, in his younger ages, he was a village schoolmaster. So, at the age of around 26, Robert Frost's grandfather bought a farmland for Robert Frost. It's around 30 acres, one farmland bought for Robert Frost. When Robert Frost got this farmland, the poet was in a confusion. So this became an incident of diversion in his life. He had two options before him, and one option was the safe and secure profession of a village schoolmaster, and there is no possibility of unseen thorn or block. It is less risky. At the same time, his second option was to adopt the life of a poet. It means he leave his job as a village schoolmaster and turn his entire concentration on poetry. He thought that he would get enough inspiration from the natural surrounding of his own field. So the poet was in a confusion. The first road is a clearer road which traveled by many, and second road is less traveled road and its future is unseen. So it may or may not take him to the right direction. That's why the poet was in a confusion. So finally, the poet took the second road, the life of a poet. About that, he made the reference. Now the poet has grown up and he is a well-known poet in America. And he is referring to that past incident, the day when he took a decisive decision in his life. And about that particular incident, the lines up to 8 mentioned. That means these 8 lines are about the past. That day, when the poet was walking through a single road, when it got diverged, the poet stood there because he was unable to take a decision, about telling about that past incident. But these 2 lines referring to the present day. The poet is grown up man, and now he knows that the life of a poet is not something untraveled. It is traveled by many, and very few could succeed in their life. Though, as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. The poet's feeling on that particular day that one road is less traveled and the other one is more traveled was just an imagination. The poet says that the both roads were really traveled, and poet in his younger age could not identify that, but now he knows that it was not really something untraveled. That's why he corrected himself that though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. The both roads had been warned by the passengers in the same way.